England play Bangladesh. England lost their first game, which was the World Cup opener, to New Zealand, who now won 2-2. Bangladesh, on the other hand, showed all-round dominance to beat Afghanistan in their World Cup opener. Joe Root scored 77. He got out playing a bad shot. England, clearly, their ego, their pride would have been hurt losing that opening game. They come here as World Cup champions. Do you expect them to notch it down a gear, not go overboard with that baseball approach? Or will they say, listen, that game was an aberration. We will keep backing ourselves to play the brand of cricket we want to, and they'll fancy themselves against Bangladesh?
Well, I think it's exactly the reverse of that. I think they were a little tentative in the first game.
Yeah.
They're going to just regroup and say, look, we got to stick to the brand of cricket which we are known to play for.
Yep.
So that is something which will be the hard debate. It will be one tough game in the tournament. Every team at some stage is going to have a tough game.
Yep.
Right? And when you have a first game as your tough game, sometimes it helps you just get things moving and get things moving at a faster pace than what you are actually imagining it to be. That can be the case with England. They are a very strong side, a very consistent side. They have all the strength and the potential to beat any team. So they will be looking at this game like that. They will come out all guns blazing. I think they'll try and put Bangladesh under pressure.
Well, the X factor, Ben Stokes, is not going to play tomorrow's game either. He's had a bit of a hit with local bowlers, but they're saying he may not be available. Is that the reason that they struggled in that first game? Was it, as he said, the intensity wasn't there? They looked a bit tentative?
I think it's a combination of all those things, but the intensity certainly wasn't there. And it's not easy. You're a World Cup winning team. You come in the first match and you're just struggling a bit. And your batting, as I said, all set batsmen went and threw their wickets away again. Yeah. All 11 batsmen reached double figures. So that again tells you a story. It tells you that team set batsmen is not going on to get the biggest knocks possible. Other than Joe Root, none of them delivered on that promise.
Yep.
So I think that's an important thing. Not having Ben Stokes is a big thing, because Ben Stokes, forget about it, he doesn't need to bowl. But Ben Stokes in many ways is like Krishna was in the Mahabharata for the Pandavas. Just him being there on the field makes a huge difference to that team. And I think that's one thing you have. One of the reasons they wouldn't have risked him here is because, Jonathan Trott, who's the coach of Afghanistan, is obviously an Englishman, and he turned around and said the outfield is a bit sandy. And they were scared that, if your foot sticks and you have a bit of an injury, and so this is not necessary. They're not going to risk it out here.
Yes, Josh Butler has made a statement on that as well, talking about the outfield. It's a World Cup game. You expect, conditions, pitches, outfields to be of a certain standard. This could potentially be a career-ending. I mean, if you're going to feel and give it all that you want to, injure your knee out of the World Cup. Not good.
Yeah, so from that point of view, if they have that concern, it's play at your own risk kind of approach, right? Yeah. Obviously, the grounds and everything is vetted by ICC, and they've cleared the ground. So there is no need of getting into that, whether someone is complaining about that or not. I think it's about finding a way of what is going to work for you, and I think England will be looking for those answers. When you look at the last game, it's okay that you are a little tentative with the bat, but what was even more shocking was the bowling display. Yeah. So when they went out there to defend that total, there was no fight. Just two batters taking your bowling attack on and winning a match in style. So that is something which they'll have to deal with for sure. And maybe Reece Topley coming in is what they will be debating hard about from the bowling point of view. Other than that, I think it's just that nerves of the first game, you call it, or all those fine tuning which at times is required. Maybe you are overthinking things in the first game. So all those things you have to just discount it nicely and then get in the game with a very clear-cut thought process. But that bowling did look little
underwhelming.
Short in strength. I think you need one more extra bowler there to create that impact.
We'll try and pull up the England squad for you to see what changes are likely. Reece Topley, if he comes in, who does he come in for? Is there a scope for another spinning option as well? Because that last game in Afghanistan was a low-scoring one, Joy.
Yeah, but if you look at this, I know that Mehdi and the spinners did very well in this Dharamshala pitch. But I don't think this is the England strength is a spinner. I think what they'll do is they'll Whether he replaces Chris Wokes or Mark Wood, they'll try and look at an attacking option as a bowler.
Yep.
And I think they think they're set. With Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid, they think they're spinning. Remember, where are we playing? Dharamshala. Small ground, altitude. Lots of runs can be scored. So this is the first match, the runs didn't happen.
Yep.
But that was also because who was batting first? It was basically Afghanistan batting first, and the wily Bangladesh bowlers just managed to price them out. They know how to bowl under these conditions. So remember, Bangladesh also scoring just 168 was because they were chasing.
Yeah.
So don't look at that as a standard for this pitch or the amount of runs that you'll get.
Yep.
This could be a pitch, this has been a pitch where a lot of runs have been scored historically.
Well, Bangladesh need to look back at 2015. That's when they beat England. In 2019, Shakib Al Hasan's century went in vain as England beat Bangladesh. So there is a bit of history. What about Bangladesh? Their openers need to score runs, and that's a problem that we noticed at the Asia Cup as well. How does Bangladesh go about facing the likes of England? Do they fancy themselves? Saying England may be slightly tentative after that first loss. How do Bangladesh look at this contest, especially when the runs aren't coming up top?
Mark Wood factor is going to be crucial. I think that extra pace is something which England would want to approach this game with, and that's why I was saying maybe extra bounce of Reece Topley also is going to come handy. You've seen with Bangladesh at times they can struggle with the bouncing ball, so that is something which we have to see. Litton Das, I think, is going to be that crucial batter for them. I think that is definitely going to help that team. Shakib has been leading well. You've seen that in Asia Cup as well. So that is the strength they are going in with. Yeah. The experience of the leader, how he's going to manage his resources. If you put runs on board, and again I'm saying the same thing. It's always going to be the case. Then you can put any team under pressure, and you need Shakib to be able to have that situation, that platform from his batters. He will be just trying to get everyone motivated. You've seen in Asia Cup, he doesn't mince his words. He will be very, very straightforward, honest with the guys, saying that, okay, this is what I'm expecting out of you. And when you're playing against a team like England, you got to bring your A+ game. You know that they're going to come very hard with the bat in hand. You've seen that they bat deep. That's how they look to set the game up for themselves. So as a bowling unit, they'll have to be smart enough to figure out ways of restricting a particular batsman who is going very strong on that particular day. So those are the things. I think with batting, Mushfiqur is also going to be that key player for them in the middle order.
Player to watch out for you?
For me, it's still Mehdi Hasan Miraj, because he's a streaky player. He got last match, he got 57 runs, he got 3 wickets. He's one of those bowlers, again, bowls up front, can bowl with a new ball, gives you a little bit there. Again, what are you doing with this England team? You're trying to destabilize them. You're trying to say, okay, here's a spinner, try and hit him. One wicket, a shot which didn't go the right way. So that's what Bangladesh will be doing. And, I fully agree with this point that he's making about Shakib, because Shakib has no more constituencies to place. He's done whatever there is to be in cricket. He doesn't plan to be the captain of Bangladesh. So it's his swan song. This is his last big tournament. You'll have to look at it that way. Therefore, what he can do is he can captain with complete freedom. Because what he does or doesn't do, there's nobody to question it at this point in time. And I thought he did a marvelous job in the first match. They're going to be a difficult team to beat. The one thing Bangladesh is not going to do is they're not going to give up and die. So you have to beat this team. They're not going to beat themselves. Often junior sides, inexperienced sides tend to beat themselves. But this Bangladesh team is not like that. So it will be an interesting contest for me.